morning, South Africa. Welcome to yet another amazing episode Konalago Vooka Breakfast Show. I go by the name of Afri-berry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, and I do hope that you guys are feeling nice and secure and safe out there on the roads, as we're also being blessed by little raindrops today. But today we have also come in with some amazing things that always keep you enticed and obviously entertained throughout the show. And one of those things we call Picture of the Day. And today we're covering a place that many of us have explored during our early high school years, and I am talking about the one and only Fun Valley. Now, Fun Valley is a place where joy meets adventure right here in Johannesburg. Nestled along the Klip River, this destination is a playground for families, friends, and anyone looking to escape the ordinary. From the moment you arrive, you're greeted by sparkling pools, thrilling water slides, and wide open picnic lawns for a perfect bride. Kids can dive into playgrounds and splash zones, while adults soak up the sun or relax under the shady trees with the sound of the river flowing nearby. But Fun Valley isn't just about leisure, it's also about creating memories. Whether you're planning a birthday bash, a corporate team building, or simply a weekend outing, the venue adapts to your needs with safe facilities, affordable entry, and a welcoming atmosphere. It's a destination that feels both festive and familiar. Now, what also makes Fun Valley truly special is versatility. Sorry about that. It's its versatility. It's a place where laughter echoes, where food and fun come together, where every visit feels like a holiday. So pack your cooler bag, gather your crew, and head to Fun Valley, because here every moment is designed to be unforgettable. Now, I hope you guys will also be planning out that day out at Fun Valley to have an amazing adventure and obviously enjoy the leisure that is out there. But we'll be taking a short break and coming back with the news and sports headlines. Don't forget to use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile, hashtag Vooka Nations, and also feel free to send us a text, a video call, or a message on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Don't move, because the news, sports headlines, and traffic update are coming back right now.
요즘 내 일기가 재미없어진 이유를 찾았어. I've been wasting all this time finding words to let go. Cause I'm looking for Neverland, backtracking on memory lanes, hoping it's not just a wonder. I can't be watching, waiting for changes, wondering for the right time. Cause I noticed we came to a pavement that crumbles. It's just a merry-go-round. I don't think it's you, might be me. There's just so many things going on. But when I'm with you, it feels so new. Cause I'm on the secret, I'm all alone falling. I've been off and on with you. Tell me why it's so hard to choose. Going in circles, running round. No. Cause I'm looking for Neverland, backtracking on memory lanes, hoping it's not just a wonder. I can't be watching, waiting for changes, wondering for the right time. Cause I noticed we came to a pavement that crumbles. It's just a merry-go-round. I don't think it's you, might be me. There's just so many things going on. But when I'm with you, it feels so new. Cause I'm on the secret, I'm all alone. I don't think it's you, might be me. There's just so many things going on. So many things with you. Yeah, it feels so new. Cause I'm on the secret, I'm all alone falling.
We're not about the hashtags and the lights.
We about good music, the underground.
Coming to you live from the Vooka studios this morning, these are what the news headlines are looking like. On your first news headline, the EFF calls for Bozel's immediate expulsion from South Africa. The economic freedom fighters are demanding that the US ambassador, Leo Brent Bozel, be expelled from South Africa. The party accuses Bozel of making arrogant and disrespectful remarks that interfere with the country's sovereignty and domestic policies. The EFF says his comments amount to unwarranted threats and believes his presence is no longer suitable for diplomatic relations. In your second news headline, the army moves into El Dorado Park as crime crackdown begins. Armed SANDF vehicles rolled into El Dorado Park as part of a national crackdown on gangsterism and violent crime. Footage shows soldiers supporting police in a joint effort to stabilize the area. A local councillor says that the community welcomes the deployment, arguing that the police alone have failed to contain escalating gang activity. Residents hope that the military presence will restore safety as crime continues to be on the rise. And then, of course, in your last news headline, crossing over the borders, Mugabe's son drops his bail bid for plea negotiations. Ballerine Chatunga Mugabe, the son of the late president of Zimbabwe, President Robert Mugabe, has dropped his bid for bail. Instead, he and his co-accused Tobias Mugabe are now entering a plea and the talks with the state. Their legal team has chosen to stop the bail process and move directly toward a possible plea agreement. Moving on over to sports news headline. Firstly, we have Kaizer Chiefs at crossroads after disappointing season. Kaizer Chiefs are now facing a big decision after disappointing season. The club must choose whether to overhaul their technical team or keep things the same. The futures of Cedric Kaze and Yusuf Ben Kahil are uncertain at Naturena as pressure grows for change. Some believe new leadership is needed, while others feel continuity might bring stability. Chiefs now have to decide what direction will help them rebuild and return to winning ways. In your second sports headline, Trump backs Iran's World Cup sport amid Middle East war. US President Donald Trump says Iran is still welcome to compete in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, even as conflict continues in the Middle East. Speaking on Tuesday, he reassured that political tensions will not prevent Iran's national team from taking part in the tournament hosted partly in the United States. And then, of course, in your last sports headline, the Proteas score 16.5 million rands in T20 World Cup rewards. The Proteas may have fallen short of the T20 World Cup final, but they still walk away with a strong financial reward. According to IOL, South Africa pocketed close to 16.5 million rands in prize money after their semi-final exit. The payout comes from the team's strong campaign and tournament performance, giving the squad a significant boost despite the disappointment of missing the final. That's all for your news headline. And after the break, we're going to be giving you all things sports. We're going to be giving you all things traffic, markets and commodities, and of course that will also be accompanied by all the things that we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So with that being said, let's you and I and the team see each other after the break, and don't change that dial.
Yes, guys. So, guys, coming back right now with your weather update. So, Johannesburg is sitting at 14 degrees Celsius with an overcast of clouds, and Cape Town is at 29 degrees Celsius with clear skies. Durban is at 22 degrees, also with broken clouds, and then Pretoria is standing at 16 degrees with an overcast of clouds. And then Bloemfontein is standing at 12 degrees with clear skies. Soweto is standing at 15 degrees with overcast clouds. And last but not least, is Khayelitsha standing at 31 degrees with scattered clouds. Now let's head over to your markets. The US is standing at 16 rand 40 cents. The Great British is standing at 21 rand 99 cents. The euro is standing at 18 rand 99 cents. The Japanese yen is standing at 10 cents. The Australian dollar is at 11 rand 73 cents. The Chinese yuan is standing at 2 rand 39 cents. And then when you come over to a gold, you can buy gold at 43 rand 500, 43,500 per ounce. And then Brent crude oil will cost you 1,550 per barrel. And then Bitcoin is still standing at 1,250 rand for a Bitcoin. So right now we'll be taking a short break. When we come back, we'll be coming back with your traffic update. On our first traffic update, there's starting with Gauteng traffic. There's a stationary vehicle on the N1 northbound at Rivonia Road on the on-ramp, and it has been closed. So there's also some free-flowing traffic. And then the second traffic update, there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound at Gordon Road off-ramp, and it has been cleared. So there's also some free-flowing traffic. There's a stationary vehicle on the R21 southbound before the ramp to R23 in Benoni. Left lane is blocked, so please drive carefully. Heading over to your KZN traffic, there's a stationary vehicle on the N3 south at south ramp at Cliffdale. The left lane is closed. Drive carefully. There's also a crash on the N3 after the ramp to Cliffdale. All lanes are closed. Expect heavy delays. There's also a crash on the R south and actually enjoy their day at work. But then this whole drizzle is just making it a bit of a sticky situation. But I do hope hope that you guys are nicely dressed out there. You dress for the weather, and you also do have your umbrellas. Unfortunately for me, mine gave out in the morning. Imagine. At least it was not like a heavy rain. It was just drizzled. Because when I walked out and I tried opening it up, my grandmother's umbrella just denied me. Just said denied access. We do not know you. But luckily for me, I got here at work and I'm not damp and I'm still alive and I'm here to celebrate with you guys. But if you're also tuning in to us via the Underground Radio app, feel free to also download it from iOS, and then you can also get it for the Android users. You can also get it on your Play Store. So please go ahead and download the Underground Radio app. So you feel free to tune in to us via frequency if you cannot unfortunately watch us via YouTube. And don't forget to also use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and to also use the hashtag Sivugile, hashtag Vooka Nation under our YouTube comment section. And you're also more than welcome to send us your morning view on our WhatsApp number, which is 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Because we want to see what is your morning view looking like. You probably have a much more better view than us with some overcast clouds that are happening out here. We can barely see the sun. But I have a feeling that the sun will actually pop out eventually. Hopefully it will, because you know what? I just need some of that vitamin D and a person can fully enjoy their day. But do not worry, because we do have some amazing things that are lined up for you, and obviously some amazing discussions that we're going to have. And on one of them have to do with so many different things that are happening out there in the tech space, obviously with our very own Mr. B coming in to give us the ones and twos in the world of tech, especially for some of us like me who are still getting around the world of tech and still getting around to knowing it, and actually finding out more would be very interesting and obviously beneficial for me. And then one of our amazing topics that we'll be discussing is, if you could erase one invention from history, which one would it be, and how would the world look without it? What's that one invention that you would like to erase from history? And what would the world look? And what and why? Please let us know why. Why do you think it has to go? Why does it have to go? But obviously, I'm not here alone. I'm also here with my fellow brother from another mother, the one and only Moocee Miz.
Coming to you live all the way from the Vooka Breakfast Show studios right here in the heart of Soweto, Top Santon, right next to Zondi Hills. And this is just before you get to Bromfisher Kloof. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? I'm good, man. I'm happy. I'm excited to be both in your presence and in your company. 18 minutes after the hour. I'm already counting, ahead. This is 18 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock on a Thursday morning, the 12th of March, 2026. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great morning. I hope you're good. I hope all things are aligning for you on this wonderful Thursday morning. Look, if you are a Mr. B, if you are a Weketi My Money, you are absolutely loving the weather that we're experiencing right here in Johannesburg, right? It's a bit overcast. It's a bit drizzling out there, and man, I know there are quite a few people who enjoy this kind of weather. Shout out to a cool lady named Khomotso. She also loves the weather that is overcast and chilly and cloudy and raining, and I don't know, maybe for you guys it gives like a feeling of warmth and cuddles and things of that nature. But of course, if you are a Moocee Mist, and if you are like my aunt and Peggy, you are not loving this weather whatsoever. Coming to work and it's raining and you have to carry an umbrella, or you just have to duck and dive and try to catch shelter. The weather's not on your side, but nonetheless, we continue giving you your daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day. Once again, hello. Hi, how are you doing? Look, I'm happy, man, and I invite you, come in, walk in, come and hang out with us right here, because by now, 234 episodes in, this should by absolutely be your absolute, your absolute favorite rendezvous. It should by now be your absolute favorite rendezvous right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. On a day-to-day basis, we always try to give you all things that are great, right? This is where we give you your daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day. Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, we try to give you all-encompassing, compelling, and of course, thought-provoking conversations that are aimed at giving both you and I so much information and knowledge. And today is no exception whatsoever. We're going to be diving into great things. Like Afri-berry said, one of the conversations we're going to be diving into is if you were able to erase just one invention from history, from the world, if you are able to erase one invention from the world, from history, what would that invention be? And after that, what would the world look like? You know, what would the world look like if, for instance, if I were to say to you, if it were up to me, I'm just making an example, right? If it were up to me as Moocee, I would erase laptops. What would the world look like without laptops? What would the world look like? So I want to find out from you. So how you and I and the rest of the Vooka Nation and the Vooka team, with Afri-berry, with Mr. B, and of course with KK right there on the technical side, how we can continue engaging and sharing our thoughts is by you using the hashtag of Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. But it needs not end there. It also continues on our WhatsApp line. Dial the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that we can continue sharing our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, on Thursdays, we try to align ourselves with the correct and the great spirits that are out there, right? Because you need not want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm shifted into, I guess, for lack of a better word, shifted into a not so great space. So if you also want to get in touch with us, enhance your listening experience right there on Underground Radio DBN. Download the Underground Radio app, both on Android and on the iStore, and you can enhance your listening experience. A shout out to everyone who's hanging out with us right there on the Durban airwaves. I can't wait to find out from you. What's Durban looking like on this lovely Thursday morning? But the team is here. I'm accounted for. Afri-berry is here, as you might have seen. Mr. B is also here, and of course KK is there on the technical side. The only missing ingredient, the most important ingredient of all the things that we do on a day-to-day basis is you. Yes, you. When you're reading from wherever you are tuned in from. If you didn't know, now you know. Tell a friend to tag a friend and shout it as far and as wide as you can. Tell them that the Vooka Breakfast Show is live. Good morning. How's it going, guys? Talk to me, Mr. B.
What's good? Guys, happy Thursday.
Not
good,
much, my brother.
Good weather, right?
No. Thanks,
For you?
no.
You don't like it?
No, I don't. And I think the reason why I don't even like it more today is the fact that I came with an umbrella today, Nekaizi. Mari didn't want to open along the way. That was like the sad part. So I had to literally, again, like last week Thursday and last week Friday, walk in the rain. And I was just walking. I was like, please don't let it rain too much. No, it was just the drizzle, so I'm not that wet, luckily. So I was like, you know what? Thank you very much. It didn't rain.
Wrong. I'm not that wet.
Why are you guys taking it there? People were not there. So I was happy that it was not like a heavy rain. It was just drizzles, and I got here. I was like, okay, I got you. But when I leave, don't rain again. Just drizzle. Don't rain again. But otherwise, I'm doing okay. I know that you're happy with this weather.
Yeah, no, it's good weather because I can regulate my own temperature. So if I want to dress up, I'll dress up and be warm. But if I want to feel a bit of the cold, I can always dress down. So that's what I enjoy about it.
Thanks, bro. I'm okay. I'm sad, actually.
Guys, I'm not from this part of the world, man.
I'm sad.
I should be somewhere in the north.
I'm sad that the hot days are behind us. Hot sunny days are behind us, and we're not gonna experience this all the way until like month end October. So I'm sad. It's gonna be a long winter, man. man. It's sad, but nonetheless, we're here, and we're hanging out with you. Because right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show on Thursdays, this is where vision stretches forward. On Thursdays, this is where vision stretches forward, and we'd love your interaction. Already, I'm seeing a few comments coming through right there on our YouTube channel, right on our YouTube comment section. The first one comes from Umam Tembi. Hello, Mam Tembi. Mam Tembi comes through and she says, a very good morning, Vooka team, Vooka Nation, and Underground Radio DBN team on a soaky weather. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile. She continues and she says, hashtag happy blessed Thursday, Mavuga. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Morning, Mr. and Miss Berry. Right? Doing good. Hoping the same. Nagini, keep warm. Absolutely, Ma'am Timmy. Thank you so much. I love seeing your comments come through, man.
You know, I just remembered something.
Yes.
It's about time for us to clock in that soup from Uma.
Nah,
the winter season is
we're
coming in,
like,
so I think the winter season it's
not that cold.
It's not that cold
but
yet,
like
but I'm just saying that this year we definitely need to go and have our soup, because from me last year it's no, we'll come, ma, don't worry, we'll find a way of bring it here. This year we need to make it a possibility so we can have that amazing soup. I hope in Amatambo, ma.
And we're like a good three months away. So I think for now we're still good. But you're right. And it's good that you remembered that we had spoken about Mam Tembi, giving us that great tasting soup, and I look forward to it.
You know, with the soup, I think it's not us going there; it's about us bringing it here.
Yeah. Definitely.
So we just need to find a way to, I don't know, Uber for it.
Request for it. Definitely. Yeah, that can happen, definitely. But I remember at the time when, we were talking about this last year, it was cold, chief. It was, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'll never be someone who enjoys cold weather ever in my life. Ever. And one of the things I remember, a month ago, if not like 2 months ago, I was talking, you remember when we were hanging out with the visa ladies, the visa queens. And I know Tutu and I don't know if she's watching, but her and I were in agreement that one of the things that we're working towards is never experiencing winter again. And yeah, it's a thing for me.
I think that will be a cool experience where you're basically chasing the sun.
Absolutely.
Right. So right now the sun is moving back into the equator.
Yes.
So if you around your Kenya side, they're experiencing extreme summer.
Absolutely.
Right. And then when it goes up north, then you'll probably go to the likes of California, Mexico, and then you have
LA,
summer.
Yes. Miami. That's on my bucket list. That's one of the places that is on my bucket list.
And then you come down Mzansi around December to spend 3 months, right?
Well, for me, I would come down, I think, November be chasing the sun, but as well as just to enjoy the festive season.
For sure.
Yeah, just like to experience the full-on summer feel of what South Africa has to offer. Not just for the December vibe, but yeah, man, all the way from November to like March.
Yeah.
So just after Easter holidays, or that Easter weekend after we come back from Rancho. Nah, Chief, guys, get Lalabona. I'll see you guys later in the year.
Makes sense.
Absolutely. So, one of the conversations we're about to dive into is about inventions. And we always cover inventions here or rather on the Vooka Breakfast Show, right? And one of the inventions that we will be covering this morning is we'll get into it a bit later on. But of all the inventions that have come through, and I always say when we cover inventions that these things have improved our quality of life for the most part, right? I don't want to get into the nitty-gritties of who invented, who did what, who coined what, who stole what from who, but these inventions nonetheless have improved our quality of life. So let's get into it. If there was one.
Yeah.
If there was one that you would erase
right now,
right, like today,
in fact, it's something I should have probably done yesterday.
Okay.
For me, and I think women will hate me for this, but bear with me because this is also for your own good.
Sure.
I would get rid of contraceptives.
That's controversial, but talk to me. Why?
Yeah.
Why contraceptives?
Look, I mean, if you take time and do a deep study about the adverse side effects of contraceptives, it's not good.
Okay.
It's not good. And there was talks about contraceptives for males.
Yes,
right?
I remember that.
And then there's a study that was done about, I don't know, it's just like a short or a small pool of men, and it turns out to go to only 3% of them had like side effects, right? And then they had to can the whole thing.
From contraceptives?
Yeah, for males, right?
Okay.
And the reason why I would do this is because it's not a natural process, because you're going against your natural way of how your body works.
Reproducing.
So when you go on your menstrual cycle, that's like a time for you guys to go within and find yourself, right? But if you disrupt that entire process, that's why even emotionally, in terms of regulating one's emotion, it disturbs the whole thing.
Definitely.
So for me, I would get rid of contraceptives. Now, this means, yes, we'll have lots of babies, but after getting rid of them, then I'll introduce the topic of, do you think that when it comes to intercourse, if whether it was primarily created for procreation or for pleasure, right? So once you have your kids, then it's fine, it's child. You don't have to indulge in it anymore because the purpose has been fulfilled.
It's crazy.
Right? But I'd get rid of contraceptives. Yeah.
So you don't think it's improved the quality of man's life on earth?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Look, I mean, there's women that have put this chip, what do you call it?
The lube.
Implant.
The lube,
Yeah,
right?
it's called a lube or an implant. Either one or the two.
So
I've
let
dated
her
a girl.
say. Let her say what's the adverse side
I've
effects.
dated a girl.
In all
who-
honesty,
Bebatin.
Look, she didn't tell me, and so we were hanging out, and then I happened to touch her left arm. You know, we were just hanging out, having fun, and chilling as a couple, and so she's like, Moocee, like, dude, what's up? What's going on? She's like, oh no, I didn't
I'm
tell
chipped.
you, but like
Some chippy.
I have an implant, you know. I'm like, okay, when did this happen? Because we never spoke about this. Like, what's the thing here? She's like, oh no, I just took like initiative to try and like, you know, prevent a situation that we are not planning for.
Sure.
You know, I'm like, okay, I mean, I respect that, but I think I would have appreciated a conversation, but that's cool. It's not like I was looking to have a baby anyway myself. But yeah, it was very interesting to find out. And then like after 3 months, you guys have to take it out and or get it checked, or 6 months?
Some 3 years.
3 years actually.
3.
Yeah, an implant lasts for 3 years, and I heard that apparently there's like another one that can last for like 5 years. So you do go and get it checked, which it's still sitting in place.
Sure.
But otherwise, it's there for like 3 years. The one that's there for 3 months, it's like the injections. And like you said, unfortunately, they do have side effects. One of them being like gaining weight out of nowhere, aka Boomba. So you get
You are revealing now, eh?
No, I'm revealing because I'm on contraceptives, right? So you gain weight out of nowhere, and unfortunately it's not easy to actually control the weight gain per se. For some people, they lose weight very drastically. Instead of gaining, they lose it, and like motuba slender. And if it's not that, then you also have to do with sometimes for some people who don't have irregular periods, you have to do with an irregular cycle of periods that it's happening. And then besides that, it's also the constant headaches that a person gets.
Crazy.
One of the other reasons why I got headaches for days. So it's like the constant headaches. But otherwise, for me, the reason why I actually started way before I even had my kid was basically for my period pains, which was back in high school. So for me, when I went for contraceptives, it made the period pains much more bearable, because they were so bad to the point that whenever I was at school and my period started, I couldn't finish throughout the whole day. Like, it was chai for me. I had to go home or bang a clinic because the pain was just too unbearable, or you'd find me rolling on the floor, literally.
So here's the contrast, ne?
Sure.
So whenever we are deemed to speak over women's bodies, we quickly get reprimanded.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
No, you can't talk about or what I should do with my body.
Yes.
And it's fair, it's okay, right? And then if we then say, look guys, stop contraceptives, because these things, they affect you.
Are harming you.
They're harming you actually long term. Then it's like, no, but you still can't. So I would then say, if you're going to take contraceptives, it's on you.
To what? To deal with the side effects?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it should come from the woman.
In what sense? What do you mean?
Ogote, whatever happens, it's a decision that she made. So, for example, weight gain.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If your woman comes to you and says, Yabona manj, I'm gaining and all of that, it's like, but look, you don't have to.
You can stop this thing.
You can stop.
Okay.
And then if you then gain weight, because you are taking it, it's because you decided to do it.
Okay.
Not the wood manje. It's like Yabona manje. As a woman, I'm putting my body on the line. No, you don't have to.
Okay,
and
I hear what you mean.
The onus is on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear what you mean. Very interesting. Hormonal contraceptives can cause mild side effects like spotting, nausea, and mood changes. While rare, but serious risks include blood clots and increased cancer risk. Common side effects. The most side effects are mild and often resolve within 2 to 3 months as the body adjusts to the hormones. Common side effects include spotting, like I mentioned, or breakthrough bleeding between periods due to a hormonal change affecting the urine lining.
Right, so yeah,
guys,
in terms of, it is. So for me, I'm saying to save you guys, I'd get rid of contraceptives.
That's crazy.
And then there's one solution that has stood the test of time, and that's abstinence. So
okay,
in other words, you don't have to take an injection or whatever it is.
Just abstain.
You don't have to put your body through
all the hassle. Yeah. Just abstain. Abstain. You know, go Sasuke. Sasuke is South African schools choral estate fort, right?
Yep.
It's the singing competition for choirs and soloists and stuff. So back in my day, it's still happening now, but I used to sing Kosaski and stuff because I've been in choirs for the longest of times. And one of the categories is folklore, right? Which is mostly traditional songs and dances. So from Setswana, Sezulu, all these traditional dances that we have and music that we have, right? Schools differ. One will do Setswana, other is Tsonga. I know schools would do the reed dance, which is the snake dance. If I'm correct, I don't know. You correct me if you're watching and listening. And then accompanying folklore would be AIDS awareness. Right? AIDS awareness. Well, back in my day, Jumpy said, and I'm giving it away. But back in our day, I don't know. Now, AIDS, like the AIDS campaign is not like a thing like that. I know the AIDS Health Foundation is still out there doing the things, right? And we were out there about a month ago in the East Rand. But we would have to come up with a song that speaks about AIDS awareness, all right? And one of the songs we came up with was, learn more about the management of HIV and AIDS. But why? Find out about the support groups in your area. Condomize, scrutinize. And it's just funny to see little kids singing that song.
Abstain was there as well.
Abstain, be faithful, condomize. And it's just funny. It was just funny. Shout out to Chris, man, who came up with that song with the kids. It was just funny. Hearing kids like come up with songs about AIDS and stuff like that. But yeah, man, everybody talk to me. What if one invention for you? What do you think that invention would be if you had the power to erase one invention? And how do you think it would affect the world today?
I was still blocked because there's so many things that I think would need to go. But I think, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank at this moment.
Can I answer how it would affect the world?
Okay.
If there's no contraceptives.
Contraceptives, okay.
So if you knew that if you engaged, there's a possibility of a kid.
Sure.
I think would be mindful.
If you knew, what do you mean if you knew? So if you were
the possibility of
canoodling with someone,
yes,
and you find out that there's a chance,
yes,
that you guys are with child,
yes,
okay,
it would make you consider. Because here's the thing, you know, as guys, man, we have this cloud over our heads that we just anything that walks, we
you canoodle.
Exactly. So now you would think twice. You would think, man.
Okay.
But what if
Yeah, catch.
and then so let me not do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Would be much more intentional.
I see what you mean. But now, because there's measures that one can take.
You mean after the fact?
Yes.
I mean that's a conversation. It's like a two-part thing. When we get rid of contraceptives, then there's also the other one as well, right? But I understand it's a different conversation altogether.
Sure.
Because I've seen online there's been two sides of this debate.
Yes.
Like it's my body and I choose.
Yes.
And then some say, but then life begins at
conception. Conception, yes.
Some are like, no, but that's just a random cell.
Sure.
Cells that have been grouped together. So,
sure.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that, but I'm just saying, guys would be much more thoughtful of who they lay with.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Afri-berry, talk to me.
What invention would I get rid of?
I thought I was buying you time.
I am so blank because I'm thinking. Because for me, I think I'm still yet to see one that actually doesn't have a real purpose for me on my side from the inventions that have been made. I think that's like definitely where I'm like also drawing a blank over the fact that, okay, so far I've seen that the inventions that have been made are ones that I actually have use for and I probably could not live without, because due to the different fields that I work in, they play different roles. So for me, it's a...
like the electric chair, so... Because not all things are good.
You.
Like,
No, I mean, just because something has been invented means not that it's contributed positively into society.
Guns.
Yeah, guns could go.
Yeah, guns could go.
Yeah, because people don't know how to use them properly, and we've seen out there like in New Zealand and different countries in Europe where people are just
but
getting...
guns. I mean, guns.
It depends on the user and if they know the purpose of actually using a gun.
What's the purpose of a gun?
It's to protect yourself. Most of the time it's to protect yourself. But then if you go out there and use it for killing other people, then
but
that's
how
like the
how do you
biggest
protect
sin
yourself? By using the gun, right?
Home invasion.
Yeah, but what does the gun do?
You can wound or kill a person depending
Yes.
on how you shoot. I would look at it depends on the person who uses it. If you've done your proper marksmanship and you literally went to a full shooting range, then you know if you hit this certain part of the body, it can cause a person to die. But you know that if you hit this type of part in the body, then it's not going to lead to anything fatal.
Yes.
So you learn. So how you use it per se determines the use of the gun, whether it's in good hands or bad hands. You can use it to protect yourself, but how you shoot at that person will kind of also determine whether you're good or bad. You shot to kill when the person was not even aiming to kill you. We have seen in so many instances, unfortunately, where you could have just shot a person in the leg.
Yeah, well, those situations, they vary, because whenever you are faced with a home invasion, you don't know what the other person is carrying. So in that moment, it's not like you're wanting to aim and decide, where do I want to shoot this person? The main thing that comes to mind is for you to get rid of the danger. So wherever you shoot, you shoot. But yeah, I mean, guns, yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. That's that. Miss, which invention would you...
Invention for me, when I was considering this conversation, like I'm thinking of all the things that firstly contribute to my life, to my quality of life.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to stretch it to see inventions that have contributed to society in general. The invention of the cell phone, I think, was a great stride.
Okay.
Or just technology for the most part. I'm sure you would agree on that end, that technology has played quite a significant role, and in different spaces, whether you are in the medical space, you are in entertainment and broadcasting like we do, or whatever, you are in cars, you're into cars and that whole mechanical side of things. But I'm trying to think if there was one that I would erase and how would it affect the world. It's not that deep, but I think it requires a bit of thought, because like, what is it? If there's one invention that doesn't apply to me, am I being biased to self? and being
Obviously-
selfish and
obviously this thing has to affect you as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
but am I being biased that it affects me and I don't care how it affects the next person, or do I consider myself and everyone else as well? Because what I would deem as useful or as useless, I mean, you would probably think, yo, Chief, I need that.
Yeah, no, because I live in the mountains with bears, so I need a gun.
Yeah. I see what you did there. But I don't know, man. I think I can't think of one thing like that. Just that one thing that I would do away with. But things like the electric chair, man. We didn't need things like that. Things like the guillotine.
Oh, that's hectic,
We
yeah.
didn't need things of that nature. Like I'm thinking of like things that cause atrocities out there, like things that, and I was about to say when Afri-berry talks about guns and stuff like that, sure, and I hear your argument, it's great, it does. If you are going to purchase a firearm, you need to be schooled and learned in it, right, or in the usage of it. But it's like saying, no, man, the electric chair, I will shock you with like 5 volts. And it's like, no, it's not that bad, man. I've been schooled in how to shock people, and it's still a thing that doesn't necessarily contribute that well. And at the core of it, it is to inflict pain, and at its extreme, it is to take away life.
Yep. And it's done in such a way that it's a sport in a way.
No,
because
definitely.
There's people watching.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's people, societies out there, secret societies of people who are rich, like money, like no one's business, who would say, I want to see people getting tortured and sit in the electric chair. I want to see people's heads being chopped off. Things like the noose, like we didn't need that in history. Like whoever came up with that, like, no, guys.
I mean, around the time when there was witches and they needed to create a public display
of punishment.
Yeah. Put someone in a noose, hang them, and then we see them. We go to K-Sharp. If I committed a certain crime,
That's
see
where
me
I would
hanging
end up.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sure,
Another
go
one
for
would
it.
probably be ripped jeans. Why do we even have to wear jeans
Ripped
that are
jeans.
ripped or
That's
torn?
funny. That's
Torn
funny.
jeans. What was the whole purpose of designing those? I don't see anything classy or anything wearable in those. I just find them like utterly disruptive and like ziyaguphi. And unfortunately, the sad part is that many people love wearing torn jeans, aka ripped jeans. But when you go to a workplace, you're seen as somebody who's dysfunctional. So why buy them? Why are they even
ripped to what
invented?
extent? Because I've owned a pair of ripped
I
jeans.
have too.
And I bought them like that. By design, they were like that. So they were just ripped. Just a bit here and there. I love those jeans. They were comfortable. They were soft. Like I do skinny jeans. I'm still that guy, guys.
Skinny
You know,
jeans.
I'm 26, so I'm still a bit young, and I skinny jeans still apply to me. But yeah, they were just ripped here by the knees. Just hanyane, nothing too hectic. Not those.
At the knees, understand there's those
You know.
ones from their thighs.
Yeah,
Look at
so
the pocket at the back, it's ripped.
I think here it's about how to what extent are they torn or are they ripped. Because those ones, I think they fit. Man, I could go to like functions and
I was
and
about
be
to
cool,
say the
you know?
setting
Yeah.
also matters
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we can't say torn jeans in
are
the
not
work
applicable
environment
at a party.
at a party, right?
Yeah.
And then there are torn jeans that still have a cloth underneath.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So those are still ripped jeans,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then there's people that have beautiful thighs. They want to show them off. But then rather than them wearing like a short jean,
Sure.
they would rather prefer to wear a ripped jean.
Sure.
Yeah. But so we get rid of these. How will that affect the world?
I think it's just make the world a better place, man. People just
I know,
people would just wear normal jeans.
No, that-
you know why I'm
no,
saying
doesn't
this?
affect
The
the
reason
world.
why I'm saying they also
better,
need to go.
better
is
in what way?
Because when you look at the design of females' fashion these days, they're just getting more and more ridiculous, especially with the whole concept around ripped jeans. The jeans that you could buy, like the thigh is missing all the way to the knee and the cuff, and then at the bottom it's combined. It only has one string on the side. Like, what's the whole idea
Sure.
of designing such pants?
Sure, but how will that affect the world though? How will it make it?
This one sounds
better?
like it's a personal one where
Yeah.
she hates ripped and torn jeans, and they affect her. And that's the question I was asking.
For men or for women?
For everyone.
For females, okay.
Most of the time, because when it comes to ripped jeans, the designs go more drastic or dramatic over on the female side. And sometimes I'm like, no man, guys, like, why?
You see, this one also comes back to Lema contraceptives, where it's really a thin line on speaking over people's bodies. But what I wear should not affect you, right? So I don't know.
So I want you to imagine this, right? You're standing in front of a giant delete key, and you have the power to erase one single invention from the human timeline. Poof! It never happened. No one ever thought of it. No one ever built it. Is it a plastic bag? Is it the alarm clock? Or is it the entire concept of social media? That's also a provoking one. Today, we are playing a high-stakes game of the Great Deletion. What are you wiping out, and how does the world look when we wake up tomorrow? Picture this, or try to imagine this, or think of it in this way, right? That you're walking through a city, you see the cars, the screens, the plastic packaging. We take them for granted, but every single one was a choice that someone made. In 2026, we are undergoing a global innovation audit. A 2025 ethics survey showed that 62% of people believe at least one modern invention has done more harm than it has good. Right? We're starting to realize that just because we can build it doesn't mean we should have. We're looking back at our main character, energy, right? And the journey as a specialized or species, and wondering if we missed a crucial plot point. That's very interesting. KK, talk to me. What's the invention that's coming to your mind?
There's this book that I once read like 3 years back, and I don't remember even the title of the book, but it emphasized that money is the most powerful invention ever, and there is compound interest.
Okay.
So that's the most powerful one.
Okay.
So I really would like to live a life where there was no money.
Money was never invented.
Yeah, I just want to see how would
as the
people
root
react.
of evil.
Yeah, because many bad things happen because of money. So I just want to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Do you think it won't be another psyop?
To those who love money, yes, but I don't know. I don't like how people
the
are
hierarchy
treated.
of money?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't like it, and it's like, go fella, like you are just one human being, but
Sure.
we categorize one another because of money.
By the value or how much money we have in our
Yeah,
bank
so
account.
if there was
That's
no
an interesting
money-
one.
He's right, because
Yeah.
I believe that money is a psychological operation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, we can touch it in the form of paper now.
Sure.
But then, as you can see, with digital currency, it's something that is intangible, and it's all psychological.
Okay.
So the enemy is undetectable because it's not something that you can physically go to and be
Sure.
like, "Hey, money, what are you doing?"
Yes.
But it lives in all of our minds.
Yes.
It's a psychological operation.
I see you. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, that's. I think the thin line here is about: are you biased about it and it affects you personally, like ripped jeans, where you don't like torn and ripped jeans, and you're not considerate of how it would affect the rest of the population and the society. You know,
Or some about 10 on. We never know.
maybe.
It's like, ish,
You know these going to body psyche, the back ended type of things,
Yeah.
where you say,
You are
"Hey, lo yang
revealing.
Dina lo,"
You are
but
revealing.
secretly, you know, I like this
Ish,
person.
man, I'm a chin, like.
Ang Dina. But you see yourself rocking one day, oh, nka wa kena. Okay, go someone ke jile jean ya ka.
I don't like them to the point that my mom bought me one that I don't even wear. I like it and I'm like,
For who?
for me,
For who?
I don't see the sense of I like la parala jandi ripped jeans, or maybe it's because
Are they not sexy though?
or maybe it's because
See?
or maybe Or maybe it's because I generally do not like jeans. Maybe that's why I'm not a fan of ripped jeans. Like, I'm not a fan of jeans, especially because reason being the design for me, for my body per se, that's a problem because when they get here to the hips, they can't get all the way to the waist. And then sometimes when you buy ones that get through from the hips and get to the waist is too loose.
So what? Man, wait. Sorry, miss. No,
Sure.
Sorry.
Sure.
If I'm correct, you let me know. So now what you're saying is, I'm a jean. You are having a hard time with finding a good size, right? So let's get rid of all jeans because
No.
you are struggling.
Some jeans can stay just the ripped jeans. Yeah, you jeans straight right. So some are ripped jeans.
That's because you struggle with ripped jeans. So let's get rid of it for everyone else.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. So the tension comes with quite a lot of things when you consider all these inventions that we would get rid of, right? You can't just delete an invention. You delete the history that came with it. If you erase cigarettes, you save millions of lives. But do you also erase the tax revenue that is built on the sale of cigarettes?
Well, people will find other things to spend money on.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't think it would have that much of an impact?
Yeah, because right now there could be this one invention that does not exist.
Sure.
But if it were there, it would then
Contribute.
create an economy.
Sure.
You know, myself and Mo was kulum about how the world has changed, and manje, there are websites where, like OnlyFans, for example,
Yeah.
where people can be tipped, right?
For being on camera.
For being on camera,
Yeah.
right? So this is where money is flowing now. So money just keeps flowing, hence the term currency. So it keeps flowing. So if it's not cigarettes, it was going to be something else.
If you erase nuclear weapons, do you prevent the Cold War, or do you lose the nuclear medicine that treats cancer today?
Well, I don't believe, Guti, there are nuclear weapons, and it's a conversation we can go into.
Sure.
Because some of the footage.
You're saying you don't believe in nuclear weapons?
Yes.
Okay.
Because some of the footage that came out, Japan, Hiroshima,
Yes.
and the likes, more and more evidence is pointing towards that there were multiple bombs that detonated, that caused what they would say was a nuclear weapon.
Explosion,
So this is like information that's been kept under wraps, but I don't want to get into it. So with this one, I can skip it because I don't think nuclear weapons exist.
I see you. The thing is that with every invention, there is a good twin to it, because think of it as the butterfly effect, right? Every bad invention usually has a good twin on the other side of the coin. So erasing the shadow might mean losing the light. Are you willing to gamble with the present to fix the past? So do we erase it because it doesn't contribute now, but when it was invented, the inventor most probably had good intentions behind it.
Yep.
Like lobotomy.
Yep.
The thought was to probe the brain and cure, a neurological defect, I guess, for lack of a better word. But it ended up being used in not the greatest of ways, where people were being experimented on secretly. So,
Area 51.
Yeah. Do you believe in Area 51? Is it a thing?
I haven't looked into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a bit. For me, it's the conversation we had last year of rounded Earth versus flat Earth. Okay. That's where I am with Area 51, because there's proof, not proof, but there's not studies. There is studies, I guess, for lack of the word I'm looking for, that prove both sides, that it is true and it's not true.
Because I tend to look at some of these things that it could be a psyop, psychological operation, where if we are being conditioned to sort of think and believe that they are aliens, And this Area 51 base is where most of the experimentation takes place.
Yes.
Then tomorrow, when they say, hey, there are aliens, it's like, we knew it. But it's more of a psychological thing.
Okay.
Right, where there's a term that they use. I'll think of it as we progress through the show. But then I feed you something that's it's a false binary, yes.
Okay.
It's a false binary where both of them are incorrect. So it's not a question of, do aliens exist? It's like they put it there and then they create a false narrative
to counter it.
But then it's like little information
to throw
that's
us
there.
off. Yeah.
Right? So
I get you.
It runs deep.
I get you.
You know, when you guys are talking about Area 51, it reminds me of a joke that I once saw on Facebook, but it's a very dark joke. They said that the reason why aliens do not land in Africa is because they know we're going to use them for rituals. AKA, why is Area 51? Why do they only land in US and there's so many other different countries throughout the world?
I once had that question until that movie District 9 came out, because these guys were running Alex, right?
Yeah.
That was the setting. And I was like, okay, but it bothered me, but why is it that they spot them in the US at Pell? Can't we see an alien here from
like Africa?
Yeah, but they've been saying.
Yeah.
It's just that we call them different names.
Yeah.
We don't-
Across cultures, across countries, across what we call Utigolosh. They would refer to it as a goblin, things of that nature. Very interesting stuff. Think of it like this: air conditioning. While a marvel of comfort, some sociologists argue that it killed the community culture of the front porch. Before ACs, neighbors spent evenings outside to stay cool, fostering local connections. Once people moved indoors to stay cool, those social ties weakened, contributing to modern social isolation.
True.
Crazy stuff. The pop-up ad. We're living in a social media era, right? The pop-up ad. This was invented back in the 1990s by Ethan Zuckerman. The man who wrote the code for the first pop-up ad has since publicly apologized for it, right? Intended to let an advertiser put their brand on a page without associating it with the page's actual content. It birthed the modern era of intrusive digital advertising and tracking. Very, very crazy stuff. Deep fakes.
But if you're in business, you would appreciate pop-up
absolutely
ads. So it depends which side of the coin you're on.
Thin line.
Yeah.
Are you biased and selfish about it, about erasing this invention, or are you considerate of how it affects the next person?
Exactly.
You get rid of the dark. If you want to get rid of the dark, you also should be willing to be in a position to lose the light. Deep fakes, AI generated media. The technology behind deep fakes was a massive leap into artificial intelligence research intended for high-end film production and medical imaging. However, it has since become a primary tool for identity theft. Political misinformation and non-consensual explicit content.
Yep.
Crazy
You know why
stuff.
I was laughing? It's because there's on my IG, I walked through a video where this other music producer ended up signing an AI artist without knowing that the person is actually AI. Because there's these apps now where I can literally make a song and have all of that. So this person took a song, I forgot it's from a well-known South African DJ. It's a song that was released in the early 2000s. Took it and then revamped the song, put it out there on the app. The person here at the pitch is like, you know what, man, this is a dope song. Yeah. And then signed the artist without actually knowing that it's not even a physical artist, it's just an AI artist.
Yeah.
And then that's where the question came into the whole situation of AI making music. Sometimes it's also hard to tell whether the person who made the music or is singing is actually a real person or it's literally just AI, because it raised questions for him. He only found out later that the song originally belonged to somebody. That person just switched it up, but otherwise, it's like 80% still
But
accurate to the actual
how do you
song.
sign someone you've never spoken to? Like,
yeah,
I'm
like,
sorry, guys. There's
as
some
in
things that
though,
don't
yeah,
make
like,
sense.
Level
no,
of
bro,
intelligence is not
as in
there.
isn't though.
No,
Like you walked
I'm
into it.
lying.
Yeah, no, you walked into it. I'm sorry, we can't be on your
I'm
side. I
lying.
feel sorry for you. So, some of the perspectives that we can shine light on in terms of the conversation of deleting inventions that have been brought into society throughout history is the eco warrior. And this person says they want a world of trains, bikes, and clean air. To them, the car was the false start to the modern era. Or of modern era.
Yeah.
There's also the digital minimalist, right? And this person is the delete the like button. They believe the algorithm ruined our emotional Wi-Fi. They want a world of real connection, not main character filters.
100%.
Very, very crazy
Look,
stuff.
I mean, with cars,
Sure.
we've had electric cars for quite a long time.
Sure.
And this is what I believe. And there's more and more evidence that's coming out to support that. Oguti, it's all about business or money,
Sure.
or control and power.
Sure.
The fact that Tesla proved that there is free energy in the air, because the more you go up, the voltage increases.
Sure.
So the sun and the moon is the anode and the cathode, and then the saltwater bridge is an earth. That's the saltwater bridge where the currency flows.
Sure.
So there is free energy in the air, but they don't want us to know that,
Okay.
right? And they would rather use fossil fuels, something that you have to burn, and then it emits these unnatural gases into the atmosphere. It makes people sick. But there's been free energy. There's a guy that created a non-combustible engine using water.
Oh, wow.
2-3 years later, after he spoke about his invention, he died.
Yeah.
They killed him. They
Yeah,
poisoned
no,
him.
absolutely.
Right? So even you've seen or you've heard stories of individuals that come up with better versions of
Inventions that are
technology,
already there.
right?
Sure.
And what happens to those
Yeah,
individuals?
now after like a little while, those people are erased.
Yeah.
Because you are disrupting a huge global market here.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they would rather keep what is working, but also there are bad side effects to it.
Exactly.
But if we're profiting from it, it's like, hey, chief, what are you doing, man?
Exactly. So when it comes to propulsion, 3 o'clock ekuseni, when you see someone flying with the broom, there's no gas that's being emitted. It's using the natural laws.
Yes.
Right?
I love
So-
that natural laws. That's funny.
It's using that. So rather than emitting gases and all of that, the car is not an issue, but there's been evidence that we can
Combustion
have
emission.
yes, we can have cars that
A better
run
version of
with
cars.
water. They
Absolutely.
don't have to combust. Yeah.
Absolutely. The last one is the Vooka philosopher. This person says, keep it all. They argue that even the worst inventions taught us that unwritten rules of ethics. We need the mistake to grow.
Nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look,
Like-
we've seen the adverse results of social media.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
Yeah. Now it's proving itself to contribute negatively more than it is positively. All right. As we're closing off this conversation, right, there is the mirror of modern values. Ultimately, the invention you choose to erase tells us exactly what you value most today. Right? If you erase plastic, you value the earth. But if you erase the smartphone, you value attention. If you erase gunpowder, you value peace. This isn't just a history lesson, it's a heartbeat check on our current priorities. We can't change the past, but what we can do is change how we use these double-edged tools in the future. So I want to find out from you, what is that one invention that you would delete right now if you had the power to delete one invention? And after its deletion, what would the world look like thereafter? How you can get in touch with me is by you using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. Dial the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. It just hit 1 minute shy of 10 minutes after the hour, 9 o'clock. I want to quickly run to the loo. I want to grab a glass of water, rehydrate. And as we're doing that, we're going to be listening to some great music. And then after the break, we're getting to all things the daily bread, because we offer you that on a day-to-day basis right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So tell a friend to tag a friend, and then we'll see each other right after this. Let's listen to some Deans saying, "Pull Me Closer."
I've been missing the way you touch me, baby. Kisses on my neck and the love you gave me. When I think about it, I go a little bit crazy. It's gotta be more than this for you and I to coexist. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just a one night stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. I've been scrolling through the text messages you sent me, trying to fill the holes where you left me empty. And when I think about it, get a little emotional, knowing that we might never ever be close to loving. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just a one night stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just a one night stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer.
I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer. Hey, that's crazy. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer.
In this weather.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that. Let's do alone. Whenever there's just a bit of rain and it's drizzling, you're already thinking of the sheets. Stop it. You must stop it. Stop it, guys. Stop it. Still hanging out with us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, man, where we give you a daily dose of positivity that's accompanied by an energetic start to the day. If you can't hang out with us on YouTube, but jump onto the Underground Radio app or their website, right? That's Underground Radio DBN. That's where you can also enhance your listening experience, man. This one is by Deans, and he's saying, "Pull me closer," because I'm looking for closure. The number to dial if you want to get in touch with us is 060-493-3226. And that's 060-493-3226. Talk to me. What's up?
You know what's fun about closure?
Yes, sir.
And I understand it's an emotional thing where
Sure.
Okay. And you still want to go back and find your closure so that you can move on.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
You can see that the person clearly doesn't care.
Sure.
But you still want to ask why.
Why?
Yeah.
Have you been dumped before?
I have, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ask why?
Well, actually, I wasn't. So it was more of an agreement. We're going to look, it's not working.
Okay.
But she initiated the conversation, so I have.
Okay. Did you
yeah.
ask why?
No, I knew why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long story short, the girl was she's beautiful, right?
Sure.
She works at Capitec.
Sure.
I just had this confidence when approaching her.
Sure.
But then something in me felt to I've got like I don't deserve her.
Okay.
Right. So she agreed. Hey, let's go out on a date.
Sure.
She agrees.
Sure.
And then just like who's this guy in the Bible that was walking on water, and then Peter?
Yes.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, is she really my girlfriend? Is she really my girlfriend? So I was doubtful.
like you were in disbelief that
I was
dating
an imposter.
this person.
I felt like an imposter.
Imposter syndrome, yeah.
And then, yeah, eventually she's like, you know, initially it was okay. I don't know what happened. And then deep down I'm like, I know what happened.
You happened to the relationship.
Yeah.
The doubt
The doubt kicked in.
It's crazy.
And then I started sinking.
As this friend of mine, but she's a girl. And she agreed to start seeing this guy. So this guy is interested, you know, but local. But he was in disbelief.
Oh.
He was in disbelief. And she would tell me, you know, I was hanging out with this guy and blah, 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 blah. But I would tell her, bro, like I told her when she told me that she has agreed to start hanging out with him and see what could happen, you know. And when I see him approaching or coming to hang out with her and see her, uktosa basically. Is there equivalent word for uktosa in English? Is there?
Just hang out.
Just hang out.
Yeah.
Okay. See your person, basically. I would tell her, nah, bruh, you're not this boy's type.
Ongadi chance.
Not ongadi chance. Look, you can shoot your shot as hey, you can shoot as high as you can, you know. But I think, especially for guys, I don't know on the opposite side for girls, but I think it does apply as well to some extent on some level that you know, chief, you know.
So funny.
No, you know, but I think you know. Like if you play for Mvela,
yes,
you know what league you play for, bruh. You can't be playing for like first division in South Africa and all of a sudden want to go trial in La Liga. La Liga is fast paced, chief. The youngest player there is the oldest player is 25. The oldest player in some of those clubs, guys. I remember the 2018. Was it 2018? Yeah. If somewhere there, the World Cup, Germany's oldest player was 25 years. And Ronaldo South Africa were playing with 35-year-olds, 43-year-olds. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I mean, Ronaldo, this year is his last.
It's
World
40,
Cup.
yeah. He's
Last
40 or
World
40
Cup.
something, yeah.
But it's a rare exception.
He is. Him and Messi are like they're exceptions. So it was sad, but yeah, man. I told her, nah, chief, like this boy, you're out of his league, man. And like after like a month or 2, 3 of just hanging out, and she was really trying to like be there and hang out and. But like but he couldn't believe.
He couldn't land the plane. Like
Guys, like what?
No, that was me.
I got this girl.
Because I tend to reflect a lot. I was like, look, I understand what happened where I got rid of all doubt initially when I saw. I'm like, yo, she's nice, she's beautiful. I'm going for it, and I did. We went out on picnics, dates, yonke into. And then, in between, I'm like, yo, can I maintain this? Can I sustain this? That's where the issue came in.
Because consistency is a thing as well.
It is a thing.
Consistency is a thing.
Because you can fool me.
Chasing is great. No, chasing is great for guys. And I think this is where a lot of guys lose it as well. And I was taught this, surprisingly, by someone who's 2 weeks older than me. Same year, 2 weeks older than me. And Baballo is her name. And we were talking over 10 years ago. This was back in 2014 when we spoke about this. And she was like, Moocee, if there's one thing that you can do for yourself as a guy, consistency, my bro. Consistency. If you ask out a girl and you're calling 6 times a day, 3-4 months later into the relationship, if she agrees and she says yes to dating you, keep that consistency or even elevate it if you can. Because you call 6 times for the first month or 2, and then it goes to 4, and then it goes to 3, eventually 2.
Then you are not that guy.
Then you are no longer. And then
me.
There's a guy who's pursuing her then who calls 10 times a day. And we wonder why sometimes, there's like a drift and there's like
you know what this reminds me of, since it's Spiritual Thursdays?
Sure.
Alcohol.
Okay.
Right? So hear me. The term alcohol is a body possessing spirit, right?
You kill me whenever you go into that conversation. But
a body possessing spirit.
Sure.
So it's possible, Uguti, when pursuing someone, or what happened in my case is that you undergo some form of being possessed by something.
Okay.
Whether good or bad doesn't really matter. But it's not something that's always there.
Sure.
So I see this girl and I am possessed by confidence, whatever it is.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
I pursue her, then all is well. Now that thing leaves. Because the same way when you consume alcohol, and let's say you take gin, because gin itself, the Gin, is also a spirit in
Sure,
itself. So
sure.
when you drink gin, you act a certain way. That's because that particular body possessing spirit has possessed you for that moment in time.
Sure.
And then you do ridiculous things the morning after.
The
when
spirit
you
has left.
The spirit has left.
Sure.
Now we are replaying the events that happened. You are embarrassed.
And it's like, wait, was that me?
It was you.
Absolutely.
It was you.
I hear you.
So you're embarrassed, but now the spirit is gone. So the same is true, Nalana Wuti. Perhaps there are times where you just find sudden confidence, like a burst, right? And then because it's something that's not there, you can't maintain it. You can't sustain it for longer periods. And then that's where it's like, you know what? You're a different person from what I met. So now I knew, you know, if I want to elevate from one league to another,
yes,
it's something that I have to make it a point where
you have to elevate yourself first before,
and it's a process.
Engage. Absolutely,
it's a process where moving from one level to the next. It's not like a switch of a button.
I
but
see.
It's a process.
Very interesting stuff. Let's jump into some of the comments that have come through on our comment section. Right, very interesting. I think I would love for us to continue this someday. But a bit earlier on, Miss Q Rams came through. Hello, Miss Q Rams. How's it going? It's been a minute, right? Miss Kiram says, morning, Vooka Nation. Hashtag Sivugile. Have a blessed day. And then Mam Tembi comes back and she says, morning, Mr. B and KK. Nice one. And then Nzakwe earlier came through as we were talking about inventions. And Nzakwe says, morning, Vooka team. Personally, I would erase the apartheid era completely. It has done a lot of damage. It
has.
Very, very, very interesting. And then,
we still feel
the repercussions, absolutely. We are a very young democracy. We're like, 32 years into our democracy? Very, very, very young, man. But then Miss Queen, the empowerer, hello Queen, the empress. Queen comes through and she says, it's never too late to send love to my Vooka family. Love you, Vooka Nation. Hey, we love you too, Queen. Mo loves you. Mo has absolutely said that he loves you.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Like
no question.
With no fear of contradiction whatsoever. You know those boys
yes.
when they say that.
No trace of
no bona. Agatatazela here, chief. You know, so we appreciate you. So totally Queen Wanakoha, use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast. So jump on into our comment section. But you can also make usage of our number where we can continue interacting with one another. Dial the number 060-493-3226. 060-493-3226. Afri-berry, I know you have a few things we want to touch on in terms of the daily bread. So talk to me.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm also touching on is one of the greatest inventions that has everybody hooked till today. And we are talking...
Literally, that's funny.
And we are talking about the one and only Coca-Cola. Now, in 1894, the first sale of bottled Coca-Cola on March the 12th in 1894 in Vicksburg, Mississippi was a turning point in beverage history. Now, it was an invention made by Joseph A. Benham, a local businessman began bottling Coca-Cola in glass bottles at his candy store, making the drink accessible beyond soda fountains. This invention allowed customers to enjoy Coca-Cola at home, expanding its reach and convenience. The event marked a milestone for Coca-Cola Company and the wider beverage history, showing how foresight and packaging innovation could transform distribution and consumer habits. Now, thank you very much for putting it in a bottle, because you made us enjoy one of the greatest inventions that history has ever made. Now, another thing is that in 1912, the Girl Scouts are founded in the United States by Juliet Gordon Low in Savannah, Georgia. Now, Juliet Gordon Low was the American founder of the Girl Scouts of the USA. Inspired by the work of Robert Baden-Powell, founder of Scout movement, she joined the Girl Guide movement in England, forming her own group of Girl Guides there in 1911. And then another one here, we have another remarkable historic event that involved one of South Africa's iconic heroes when it comes to the apartheid era, and we're talking about the one and only Desmond Tutu. Now, on March the 12th in 1988, the South African government banned a church-led opposition group headed by Archbishop Desmond Tutu, calling it a threat to public safety. The movement was part of a wider crackdown on anti-apartheid activism and sparked strong resistance from church leaders, civil rights groups, and international supporters. The event underscored the escalating tension between the apartheid regime and its opponents, while also highlighting the global solidarity behind South Africa's struggle for democracy. RIP Desmond Tutu, and thank you very much for your contribution towards South African history. And today, as it is the 12th of March, it marks the 71st day into the year, which would have been the 72nd day if it was a leap year, and we only have 294 days left before the end of the year, and it is already week 42 that we're currently in right now. But obviously also celebrating people who are born out there on this amazing, beautiful day and precious days, and one of them is Marlon Jackson. Now, Marlon Jackson was born on the 12th of March in 1957 and is turning 69 this year. And his rise to fame is that he began performing in what would become the Jackson 5 as a percussionist. Now, the interesting fact about him is that he released his only solo album, Baby Tonight, in 1987. After that, Dololo release. But wishing Marlon a happy birthday. And then another person that we're also celebrating is Courtney B. Vance. Now, Courtney B. Vance was born on the 12th of March in 1960 and is turning 66 today. He graduated from Harvard University and worked as an actor at the Boston Shakespeare Company. Now, an interesting fact about him is that he earned 2 Tony Award nominations for his role in Fences and 6 Degrees of Separation. He played Marshall in the 2024 series. Now, that's all that we have today for our birthday celebration.
It's not. We have a whole lot more.
Oh, who else do we have?
A whole lot more birthdays.
On my celebrities, who else do we have on
not
your
necessarily
side?
celebrities.
We're talking real celebrities.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. Who does he have on his side of celebrities?
No, when I say real, I mean, do you really celebrate this individual?
Look, if you're someone like me who watches TV and stuff, I don't really celebrate them. I just know them.
Right, but the people that you know, those are the people.
Those
you
are our
celebrate.
real life celebrities.
Those are your real celebrities.
One person who is from South Africa celebrating their birthday today is Masali Patuza, Woman King. She's one of those girls in Woman King. She's one of those girls. There's a series back in 2020 I used to love, Noughts and Crosses.
I think I know.
Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. I think she's in Bridgerton now, the latest season.
Oh, yes, she is in Bridgerton, and people actually bragging about the fact
stuff,
that we need to go out and support her because we have South Africa representing us in Bridgerton.
Those are my celebrities.
Proper stuff. Sello Makeka Ncube.
Really?
Celebrating his birthday today.
No way.
Celebrating his birthday today, I promise you. There we go. He worked, back in 1960. He was born in 1960 on this day. Achimoroka. But I have a few birthdays that I want to shout out. You know, Mr. B, I always try to celebrate people who have been or who are in my circles, right? This person, the first one is KK, you'll help me right there. The first one, which is, let me help you there quickly. There we go. This one. There we go. So this person I went to both primary and high school with. All right. Very, very cool lady by the name of Kamogelo Mokoni. When I went to Princess Primary together, and then when we moved to high school, I don't know where she went, but then she came back to Princess High School, and then we finished out high school together, man. Exactly. Oh. You know, she used to be one of those girls, who would be able to dance, and stuff, and like she knew how to move, man. She knew how to move. She had a vibe about her, you know.
So Namanja, can she still command?
I don't know now because she's a mother now. I don't know if she's lost those days, all those days are behind her. But yeah, Kamu was a vibe, man. We were part of the class of 2009 PPS counselors, as we were referred to, but RCLs essentially, and we were referred to as the Red Ants because they had done away with the blazers that represented being an RCL and introduced red jerseys. So red pullovers and red jerseys and things of that nature. And we were part of that. We were the first ones to introduce that, got PPS, which was crazy. So shout out, Kamo, and I hope you enjoyed your birthday, man. Shout out. And then the second one is a lovely lady who's a Dobson Villian, Mr. B. A broadcaster herself.
Really?
Employed by Prime Media, 702 and 947. She is now the traffic reader of 947. Sure. And I think she's on right now. 9 has passed. I think between 6 and 9, she does the breakfast show. Khomotso is a broadcaster herself, man, and Khomotso was celebrating her birthday, I think, a couple of days ago, sometime this week. Yeah. So Khomotso was also celebrating her birthday, and I always love our engagements, man. She's such a cool lady, and she does radio so beautifully, Mr. B. I'll show you some of her videos, man. Like, she radios very beautifully, like you would sit and listen. Like, she's very cool. So Khomotso, I also hope that you enjoyed your birthday, man. Shout out to you, and you're amazing. You're absolutely amazing. And then the last birthday that I have is a fellow musician. She is a nail tech herself, JT Matabo. Such a cool lady, man. And I was happy for her towards the end of the year. She went back to playing the bass. And
nice.
She actually got a gig. And I was so excited for her.
So I'm curious, as a nail technician and playing bass.
Sure. How does it... I don't know if she uses her fingers or she uses...
a plug.
A plug or a chip. Yeah. I should ask her, actually.
But the bass, I know, because with a normal guitar, you could use a plug or you could use your fingers. Some people grow a little bit of nails.
Sure.
Right?
To be able to strum,
the bass
requires that.
It requires your arm. So your fingers.
Yes. That's a good question. I should ask her. I should.
Or she must just send a photo of...
Her nails are mostly done, actually, for most of the time. I don't know if they're... I've never really noticed if they are long like that or they're just short but done and neat and clean, you know. But I'll start paying attention. That's a good question.
Is it a 4-string bass?
I don't know if she's a 4-stringer or a 6-stringer.
Or even a 6.
I'm not sure. But she has a beautiful instrument.
4 is common,
Yeah. 6. It depends on what your what's this? Preference is. It depends on what your preference is. But Matabo is such a cool lady, man. We hung out at Natives Christmas Eve. There was a nice event happening there. Jazz. So So it's that kind of vibe. I know you've been at Native. So shout out to Matabo. She celebrated her birthday last week Friday. She went out on like a solo date and stuff like that. And man, you guys still have the rest of the month. No, I get it. We'll talk about it.
You guys don't step up.
Solo date.
Ladies are going out on solo dates.
I get it, but I was on the Vooka show and then we'll talk about it. Don't worry. But something will be done. Tabo, don't worry, I've got you. So a huge shout out, and I hope you enjoyed your birthday. So to everyone who is celebrating their birthdays, who have celebrated their birthdays, and who are still to celebrate their birthdays for the rest of the month, because you still have the rest of the month to celebrate. If you are in the Pisces star sign, like Mr. B and all of those people. From us as the Vooka Breakfast Show, as the Vooka Nation, and as the Vooka team, we would like to say to you, let me quickly find it. There we go.
Happy birthday! Woohoo! Yeah!
Hip hip hooray! 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 Nice one, man. We hope that the month, your day, and of course the rest of the year will be filled with nothing but love, laughter, and all things amazing. You guys absolutely deserve it.
So let me ask you, right?
Talk
if
to
you
me.
go to, let's say, Spur
Yes,
on
sir.
your birthday,
Yes.
and I'm like, look, I'm gonna call them over.
Sure.
Would you mind that?
I wouldn't, but I would advise you not to. I wouldn't mind. Like, I don't take myself too seriously.
Okay.
I really don't take myself too seriously. I'm a chilled guy, man. I think for the most part, I'm relaxed. I know I can be a bit strict sometimes. I've seen that, especially like as I'm growing up, I'm seeing myself showing attributes that my mother used to have and characteristics that my mother used to have. My mother was a strict lady. She was loving. She was warm. Like that lady you would feel the warmth, but she was my mother was strict, bruh. And I'm not sure if I'm liking my strict side, And I don't think I wouldn't categorize or classify it as strict, but I like things like
Yes,
guys that
hamba
easy man you know, and I've seen myself man, like, and I have to call myself back into order in most cases, because I know people don't function the same way, you know. So very, very crazy stuff. One last conversation I want us to jump into.
But before you do, right?
Sure,
Speaking
Mr. B,
of
go
your
for
mom,
me.
right?
Yes.
Today we're also celebrating National Working Moms Day.
Shout out.
Right? Yeah.
Jay,
So
shout out.
if you think you're not being noticed, perhaps you're a single mom, a working mom, today is your day, because
Yeah,
on
shout
the 12th
out.
of March we're celebrating working mothers who balance their careers as well as their family responsibilities, recognizing them as breadwinners, educators, as well as role models.
Oh wow,
Right?
I love that. Oh, that's so cool, man. That is so
Working moms,
cool. Working moms,
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, today's your day.
Yeah, I love that. Shout out to a lady who I came across on Facebook, Dimakato. I don't know what her surname is. Her content has me by the chokehold. Now that you're speaking about working moms, and one of the hashtags she uses is hashtag single mom of 3. And I think her daughters all attend CPC, that school, where there's a lot of dancing kids and stuff like that. And man, her content is so amazing, Mr. B. Like, she wakes up at like 4 a.m. She makes breakfast, then she makes lunch for them, and it's like a different meal every day.
Every day.
Man, her content is so soothing. I love her choice of music as well. You know, she chooses these lovely like songs, and it just makes sense. It comes together, and you can see her kids. You can see her coming out in her kids, you know, in the way they do stuff. So it's the older daughter, and then the two are twins. The pair is a pair of twin girls. And yeah, man, so shout out to working moms, man. I love that. So
Yeah, shout out to them, man.
absolutely.
And it's pretty amazing over the fact that we so this month as much, it's also been recognized for also, it's like an International Women's Month in a way, because
Oh, yes,
we also
'cause
had
this past
International
weekend,
Women's
yeah.
Month, and then we also have we're also celebrating female judges, and now we are celebrating working mothers. So that's
I love that.
a pretty amazing thing. And then
Very
one
cool
thing that I
stuff.
also like to mention is that today is also Independence Day in Mauritius. So today is also known as Independence Day in Mauritius. It's a national observation done on the 12th of March, celebrating Mauritius independence from the British colonial rule, established through the Mauritius Independence Act of 1968. So happy Independence Day to Mauritius.
Love it. I have a friend who spent quite a couple of months out there. And he had to learn French, you know, and he came back quite fluent, man. Like, the term salut I learned from him, like it's a hater type of thing. Very crazy stuff. So as it is a Thursday and we're trying to align ourselves with the great spirits that are out there, right? This morning I want us to get into the conversation of interfaith dating. If I am a Buddhist and you are a Christian, would you and I be able to date each other?
Look, as a Christian,
Sure.
it does say that you should not be yoked with unbelievers. Now, the term
Yoked.
yoked with unbelievers.
Or
Yoked.
non-believers. I get that. But unbelievers or non-believers?
Let me think about it. The word unbeliever doesn't exist, right?
Yes.
So you're a non-believer
Sure.
of my faith.
Sure.
Right? So you should not be yoked together. So what your faith teaches you says that unless you guys have the same belief, then you can't.
Okay.
So the short answer, according to the Bible, is no.
So if I'm non-Christian and you're Christian, we can't date.
Yes.
It's crazy.
That's if I'm an avid,
Staunch Christian.
follower of the faith.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. You meet someone who ticks all the boxes. Kind, ambitious, family-oriented, and you vibe effortlessly. But there's one big difference. Your religious or your religions don't match and they don't click. For some South Africans, that's a small hurdle, right? But for others, it's a complete deal breaker. And this isn't just a hypothetical scenario. Recently, a Durban couple, Courtney and Natasha Singh, found themselves trending after their interfaith marriage photos hit the internet.
Yeah.
What should have been a celebration of love then turned into a storm of online hate. Yet the couple stood firm, saying their relationship is a testimony that faith and love can coexist even in a world that doesn't always welcome the idea. Their story has sparked conversations across South Africa. Is love enough when your beliefs are different, rather, or are some religious boundaries just too difficult to cross? That's exactly what we're trying to unpack this morning, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Look, I'll say this as an antagonist,
Sure.
and perhaps also as a realist. There's going to be problems.
Okay.
A whole lot of problems.
Okay.
And I've heard in the past that usually it's the woman that converts her faith
to the man's
faith, right?
Yes.
But now, if you grew up in a Christian home, everything that you've learned for the past, God knows how many years, 30 years,
Yes.
you're now saying, look, I'm willing to forego what I believe and then just instantly take on a new belief, all in the name of love. I don't think it's going to work. That's my honest opinion. And this also comes down to even within the Christian faith itself, because there are a lot of denominations.
Sure.
You go to ZCC.
And I'm Catholic.
And you're Catholic. We read the same Bible.
That's funny. But our practices are different.
The dogma is different.
Yeah.
And then you find that
the
there
doctrine
are
is
issues.
different. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So what more if it's a completely different religion altogether? Because even within the Christian faction, people have issues.
Absolutely.
Right?
Thus,
we are
the
Christian, but I want to
denominations.
go to church on a Saturday.
You are a Seventh-day Adventist.
I'm a Seventh SDA.
Yeah, SDA.
Right? So what more if someone is Muslim? Or they practice African spirituality?
I was about to say that, because into this conversation as well, we have to counter in atheists. Because I think on some level, atheism is also a form of belief. On some level.
I mean, I've had this debate, with someone that says they are atheists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. We could talk about it, right? But I think atheism is also some form of belief on some level. But what we also have to take into accountability is those who are non-religious but refer to themselves as spiritual, right?
Sure. They don't follow a religion.
A religion,
right?
But their faith is based in spirituality. And so if I'm an Advent church goer and I follow my Catholic faith, right, and I pray the rosary and I follow all those things that the Catholic Church teaches me, but you don't go to church and you believe in African spirituality specifically and in the practices of our ancestors and things of that nature, what then happens? Where my Catholic faith does not teach me
to burn incense.
I was about to say, right, and to have those kinds of rituals that we have, at home and things of that nature. Then what happens? What do we do then?
And more especially if it's really, really conflicting, where you happen to have a child that is sickly.
Oh,
and
yes.
As an African man, I know what to do. But then because you are Christian based,
I follow westernized medical practices.
Sure. And then we've got issues, right? Because this is a topic that's not far from home. One of our own is dating someone that is hardcore traditional, and she's Christian. Remember we had the conversation where we were asking, good, okay, but I mean, we see you pushing the Christian faith flag up high,
okay,
but then your partner is not someone that practices the Christian practice.
Sure.
And the very same Bible that you read says that you need to follow your husband.
Sure.
So meaning that you will then now do as your husband does. because you need to support him.
Sure.
So you need to forego and let go of your faith,
That's crazy.
right? So my honest opinion, sure, it might work if, let's say, the woman doesn't really have a strong religious background.
Okay.
Right, so if you just in jail, like you didn't go to church,
And you assimilate her into your faith.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's easy to rope someone into my faith if
Okay.
she's not strong, but try and get someone who is
Staunch or firm.
exactly
It's going to be a struggle.
steadfast, rooted. It's not gonna work.
As
It's not gonna work.
Thursdays, I don't think this year I have done movie reviews and things of that nature. But one series jumps out for me, starring Christian Bale, I think. Yes, starring Christian Bale and Adam Brody, right? And so in this series, if I can remember it clearly and correctly, Christian Bale's character has a podcast with her sister. They talk about dating and life and whatever. They're very cool, like, American girls, just cool. I'm not sure what state it's set in, New York or LA or things of that nature. But she meets this guy who is in line to take over or be a
rabbi. He's Jewish.
A rabbi. Right, thanks, Afri-berry. He's in line to become a rabbi. He's such a cool guy, man. He's very cool. But where the clash is that she's not really like that religious, didn't grow up in a very religious family.
Mm-hmm.
He's a rabbi. And in that community, like, they promote dating in
Within
the
the
faction.
community.
And it's the how it unfolds, man. It's very crazy because they have like a youth camp, and he's one of the camp counselors, and it's in the Jewish community basically. Everything, most of the things that he does is in the Jewish community. His parents are very staunch. His entire family, the circles that he runs in, the wives and girlfriends of his friends are in the space, and they have befriended each other. And she now has to come into this circle, and it's like
Trying to fit in, basically.
it's like
Because this also introduces family dynamics, and
Absolutely.
community dynamics,
Absolutely.
where even if you do convert your faith, but then will the family accept you? That's where the question is.
are you even fit in that situation to be a wife of a rabbi?
Exactly.
Like, would you be able, like, I'm thinking of Abu Mam Tandazo. Abu Mam Tandazo.
Oh, yes, yes, absolutely.
Not Mam Tandazo, like the name.
Oh, Mama.
Right? If I'm
Women of prayer.
if I'm in the process of becoming a priest or a pastor, right? And the faith teaches us that one is to have a significant other,
For sure.
right? And in more than most cases, especially in our Christian faith, or mamuruti, and you are the lady that most, if not all, women are going to look up to, because you're that lady, you're that woman in the church, right? You're right next, like being the first lady of a country. Like Michelle was that lady.
Yeah.
Is Ivanka like fit to be first lady of America?
See?
You get what I'm trying to say? And so it's the struggle like that. You're dating a priest, and this guy is great. He's cool. You're cool. You guys, you guys get each other. But are you fit enough to be in that position of leadership in the church or in that community? Like, if we're talking about Mormons, like in the Mormon community, and where we know that they have isolated themselves from the westernized world or from the modern world and how we live, and the very, at the low ranks, and very, very chilled about how they, but where their faith lies is a strong thing. Would you be able to go into that community?
It's very difficult.
Or for example,
Very.
the Amish community.
Yes.
Because they're also very strict. I think the only time that they actually let their youth explore, it's when they're about to turn 21 or 20. So they get like a 6 months trial to decide whether or not they're staying with the community or they're stepping out. And music within the Amish community is also seen as a sin. So imagine if you're going into the Amish community as somebody who's a musician or you play the instrument. Those are parts of yourself you'd have to lose, because you are dating somebody who's within the Amish community and you need to adapt. Those are things that you can let go of. because now they have formed a part of you. It's how you find your own solace. That's where you find your own freedom or way of basically expressing yourself. But now you need to literally strip yourself naked into a form that is no longer attached to anything in order for you to reattach to something that you grew up without actually experiencing or knowing.
So do you think interfaith relationships work?
It takes a lot. They do, but it's gonna take a lot, and it's gonna need a whole lot of compromise from both sides.
Okay, so would you do it? So same thing, ne? Afri-berry meets this guy. He's great, loving, giving.
This guy is Rastafarian.
Yeah. No, but Rastafarian is close to hers. It's fine.
No, I mean proper, not Moocee, not, and no, I'm not bashing, those who practice the Rastafarian practices Moocee, but I mean very deep rooted, doesn't eat meat, listens to that kind of music, like proper practices of the Rastafarian culture. Not who Moocee fella.
Like, okay, cool. Because blazing is close to her, so
that's just
one part of it.
One part of it.
There's a lot of it. For example, having hair.
Would you?
Yo, it's a huge transition in a way. The reason why I'm saying this, it's because it's
Are you saying yes or no?
Yo, I don't know at this moment, in all honesty, because there's a whole lot of compromise that also needs to go in, and unfortunately, most of the compromise is going to come from the female side, instead of it being
for sure.
a two-side type of thing. So unfortunately for me, guys,
look, Abona Lena, there's this river that you can tell that there's a stream, same river, but within that river there's a stream of, let's say, black water, and ngapa there's your clear water. Like they don't mix, so there's no middle ground for.
Yeah, no, there's no gray area here where the two meet. Yeah, no. Look, I'll be honest. And before I give where my honest truth is. Like, think of it this way, like, because this is something that's happened to me. I've met, I think, in my time, one or two, like, amazing girls, bro, like cool girls.
Rastafarians.
No.
I'm joking.
It's funny. But there are ladies who have been called to spirituality.
African.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bongaka.
Sure.
Oh, amazing girls, Mr. B. Oh, man, like. Because I'm a vibrator as well. I know that I vibrate, man, and I can feel the vibrations as well. And
that's why they love you.
I could sense. I think
You're
more
a vibrator,
more than them. I'm a vibrator. That's funny. That's funny.
You're a vibration.
Wow.
I'm a vibration. More than them, it's me who is drawn slightly a bit more. Well, I don't know, because I've never been told to my face. But I've found myself being attracted to one or two in my time who have been called for spirituality.
So did you have a conflicting internal battle?
I did.
Okay.
Even with them, one of them did have an internal, like, think of the conversation that Mo had with Daphne a year ago. Ukok Daphne. Where he would ask people like Bokok Matlodi, Kok Daphne, that other lady, I forget her name. What does dating look like for you as someone who's been called into spirituality?
Yes.
And you have these guys that are always with you.
And to throw a spanner in the works, with African spirituality,
yes.
So as a woman, you might have, I don't know, spirit sagam. So it's like a male, masculine energy
that
and then
encompasses you.
Now you need to meet a guy that is masculine energy
in himself.
Now they have to contend with.
Absolutely, and it's hard. It's hard where the conversation would be flowing, Mr. B.
But remember the interview we had here. I'll try and add like the clip here where she was also asked the same question.
Yeah,
and the guy Kamala Kutumsan.
Oh yes, when they came as a couple. Yeah,
right?
TC hung out with him.
Yeah, good look. I mean,
it's challenging.
He has to step away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because ultimately, as they explain it, and I think it would be cool to have one of those people back again, or a different person, to ask them, what does dating look like for you? Ultimately, these guides, I don't want to use the word dictate, but they do. or they form a huge part of what your life looks like. And if your guide tells you, especially the one that's leading, you know, your spirituality, when it tells you, no, I don't want this person right now. No, tell this person to go home. Tell this person to go home. I don't want them in the yard. When I'm in the bedroom or in the house, in the yard, tell them to go home. Like, you have to listen. Now, not choice, because if you deny and you don't listen and you don't act accordingly, it means you are acting in what?
Defiance.
Defiance.
Yeah.
And the repercussions of that
you're not going to enjoy them.
Not good.
Like, it's a crazy thing, man. So
out of the two,
yeah,
ladies,
no, I had to let both
happened?
of them go. Like we couldn't continue, man. We couldn't continue, and it wasn't because of my faith. Like I don't think I would be willing to give up my faith,
Sure.
but I would be willing to not have such a strong hold on it, to try and find some common ground. Like we need not be on the same page, right? But let's at least have soul energy book in our hands. Like if you're only starting here and it's written soul energy and I'm on, page 122, at least we have the same book in hand. And so in that sense, I would be willing to ease up a bit and see where we can find common ground. But it's hard, man, because the topic that sits right at the intersection of deep personal values and modern social dynamics. It's a space where the heart wants what it wants, but the head, and often the family, has a lot of questions. Interfaith dating, where two people from different religions or religious backgrounds enter a romantic relationships, offers a unique look at how we balance identity and connection. The bridge versus the wall. At its best, interfaith dating is a powerful exercise in empathy and education. You aren't just learning about a person, you're getting a front row seat to a completely different worldview, set of rituals, and philosophy of life.
It's hectic. I mean, if you guys happen to have kids, how are you going to raise those kids? Because,
it's crazy. Whose faith do they follow?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is like pretty hard, because also remember that when the kids visit the grandparents, they'll be visiting the house, Cabo Mama, and it's Christianity all the way. They're praising God, and then they visit the dead side of the family, and then they need to fast because Ramadan is coming up, that kind of situation. So it also becomes tricky, because I think a lot of people also need to take into consideration also the families of both sides. It's not only going to affect me per se if I have to switch. When we eventually have kids and I'm marrying a Muslim, then my family also needs to understand that at this certain moment we are having Ramadan. So that means that you can't even give the kids a certain amount of treat. You can't give the kids a certain amount of snack, because they are following their father's religious values and religious roles that they need to play each. So it's also it doesn't only just happen into the communication of us as a couple, but also taps into the family per se. Remember that when my family visits that side, there's some certain things that they need to learn that they cannot do over at the husband sides of the family because of their religion. If my husband's side of the family comes over to this side, then they need to know that there's some certain things that we do not do according to my side of the family's religion.
So then, if you were to then take a side, would you say people should date within their own religions, or look, guys, it's a free world?
Look, do what you want to. do what you want to. Honestly, but I would condone dating within your faith, man. Just to avoid looting out. I'm not saying you shouldn't date outside of your faith. It's like, I was about to ask even, what do you think is the most difficult or hardest? Is it dating across races or dating across religions? Which one is hard?
The latter.
Across religions?
Yeah.
Across races, you
think? Because here's the thing. You could go to, as a Catholic, ne?
Sure. I could date a white Catholic girl.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No difference.
But do you not think across races there's culture differences, language, location,
but that doesn't,
place of birth?
Most of these things won't necessarily challenge your core belief or your faith at the core, right?
Okay.
So in terms of food, you will most likely eat the same foods. It's just cultural differences where, hey, we do this as black people.
Sure.
You do this. I think here there is a middle ground here.
Okay.
Yeah.
The race one versus faith.
Yeah.
I see you.
But so would you?
Look, I wouldn't mind. I'm an easygoing guy, but I know it would be difficult, and so I'm one of those people who believes in prevention is better than cure. Honestly, like, guys, rather not do it than have to face backlash and people talking about you.
Yeah, now you are successful. Now because you are driving.
What do you want to know?
Usasboni.
It's like the thing that black women say in America. Black guys don't want us now because they've made it and blah 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 blah. Like, it's an entire thing, you know. But this conversation needs to be continued. I think next week, Mr. B, we can continue and dive a bit deeper into it, you know, and see some of, you know, the perspectives and some of the consequences
of interfaith
faith dating, either positive or negative, you know, because one of the shockers is that couples often face more backlash online than in their own families. According to emerging trends from local coverage of mixed faith unions, public perception is often harsher than private relationships. South Africans are becoming more open to non-traditional relationships, from interfaith couples to even controversial discussions around marriage norms, as seen in recent national debate stories. Very, very, very crazy stuff. So with just but 1 minute to call it quits this morning, guys, there is a lot we can unpack with this conversation specifically. So that's what we have for you on the Vooka Breakfast Show on a Thursday morning.
Guys, yeah.
Absolutely. Last words from you guys? The last 5 seconds?
See you tomorrow, and I cannot wait to continue with this conversation next week, Thursday.
Definitely. So from us as the Vooka Breakfast Show, until tomorrow, stay safe, stay warm, and stay cautious on those roads. And God willing, we are able to see each other tomorrow. Coolio.
I've been missing the way you touch me, baby. Kisses on my neck and the love you gave me. When I think about it, I go a little bit crazy. It's gotta be more than this for you and I to coexist. Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby, pull me